tale. It's a warning, because sometimes the past doesn't die. Sometimes it waits for you to come back. So turn off the lights, put your phone close, and listen carefully. This is the story of the house that waited for me. It all began when Daniel received a letter in the mail. No return address, no sender, just his name written in old shaky handwriting and three words underneath: come back home. He hadn't seen those words in over 20 years, not since the fire that took his parents when he was a boy. Still, something deep inside him felt pulled, a voice whispering that it was time to face what he'd left behind. When he arrived at his old hometown, everything looked smaller, quieter. The streets were empty, the air heavy, like the whole place was holding its breath. The house stood at the edge of the woods, untouched by time. Even the curtains looked the same, lace, slightly yellowed, swaying though there was no wind. Daniel reached for the handle, but before his hand touched it, the door creaked open on its own. Inside, dust floated in the air like ghosts. The furniture was covered in sheets, and the smell of burnt wood still lingered. He called out softly, "Hello?" But only silence answered. Then footsteps, slow, dragging steps, coming from upstairs. His heart started pounding. He tried to tell himself it was just the old house settling, until he heard it. A whisper. "Danny." It was his mother's voice. He froze. That voice had been gone for decades. Slowly, he climbed the stairs. Every creak of the wood sounded louder, closer. At the top was the old hallway mirror, the one his mother used to clean every morning. But as Daniel looked into it, he felt the air turn cold. His reflection didn't move. It just stood there, smiling. He whispered, "Mom?" And his reflection whispered back, "Welcome home." Then the lights went out. When Daniel came to, he was lying in his childhood bedroom. The wallpaper was blackened by soot, the bed half burned. It looked like the fire had just happened yesterday. He turned his head, and there she was, a woman in a long black dress, hair hiding her face, standing by the window. "You finally came back," she said softly. "We've been waiting." Daniel stepped back, shaking. Who, who are you?" The woman lifted her head. Half her face was burned, skin cracked and melted. It was his mother. "You left us to burn, Daniel," she whispered, voice breaking. "Now you'll stay." The window slammed shut. The door behind him disappeared. The house groaned and shuddered like it was breathing. The floorboards split open, and black smoke crawled out, forming shapes. His father, his sister, their faces twisted in agony. Daniel screamed, but the house swallowed the sound. He ran down the hallway, but no matter which door he opened, it led back to the same room. In desperation, he turned toward the mirror again. What he saw made him freeze. His reflection was no longer his own. It was standing outside the house, staring in through the window, smiling. The reflection lifted a hand and pressed it against the glass. Daniel felt something cold grab his arm. His reflection whispered, "It's your turn." Then it pulled him through. Days later, the police found Daniel's car parked in front of the old house. The engine was cold. The driver's door was open, but Daniel was gone. Inside the house, they found only one thing: a photograph lying on the floor. It was Daniel as a boy, standing between his parents, all smiling. But in the corner of the picture, there was something else: a dark figure, tall and featureless, standing behind them. And on the back of the photo, written in the same shaky handwriting as the letter, "Welcome home." If you ever find yourself near an old house that feels familiar, one that seems to breathe when you're not looking, one that creaks like it knows your name. Don't go inside, because some houses don't forget. Some houses are waiting, and maybe one of them is waiting for you.